Hello, welcome to Jade Kind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I have a couple of Cities Untold Lowtown sets to unbox that are sets that go with some of the fancy accessories for Dwarven Forge. I have the Thatched Roof, which goes with the Floor Fogger, and the Lowtown Phantasmal Filters to go with the Light Puck. And I am very happy today that after sitting for more than a year, both of these work. The Floor Fogger, I will let you know in case you ever have your sit and you try and turn it on and it doesn't work. When you put water in, also put a drop on the top and let it sit for like 10 minutes. Basically there's a wick inside of it that has to be saturated for the fog to work. So it took a moment, but I got it working. The Light Puck, like maybe a year ago, I pulled out of storage for a long time and it would not work. I did everything I could not get it working. I was like, I let it sit too long. Oh no. But I got these and I'm like, you know what? Let's see if I can show it off with the light. And so I plugged it in to charge it up. I opened the app and it just worked. I didn't have to do anything different. So I don't know why, because it had gone a while where it hadn't worked. But exciting, it does now. And I'm going to actually start with that. So let's come down here. We have the Lowtown Phantasmal Filters. And they have them for both the Light Puck. As you see, there are going to be two of each of these. And I was like, okay, cool, awesome. But also they have square, because at some point I will probably get the floor panels that came out with Hellscape. Yeah. Yeah, so we have stuff here. Okay. So, lots of fun stuff. We got two of each. So let's look at the ones for the Light Puck first, since I actually have light for that, and I'll just play this little default thing here. So we got these, and of course, kind of a bit of a weird surface there. And again, obviously, they work without the light coming through them. They're still pretty things to put underneath surfaces. This one's going to be fun with this. And of course, you see all the little individual dots. If you just give a little space between it with how you, with whatever base you put it in, the spots become a lot less noticeable. But we got this like arcane sigil. Like almost like, is that like a teleportation circle? Like, I could use it for that. That'd be fun to really like make teleportation circle like important, especially if like an enemy is going to come in on a teleportation circle, right? Yeah. Have it activate all of a sudden. And then we have this wispy, dark looking one. It's like, is that a pool of blood or something? Ooh. Yeah, so we get two each of those. Great. I do not have two Light Pucks, although there was a point where I might have, because I might have thought to buy a second. And we have two of these. Gotta zoom out just a little bit. Actually, put that back on. Just to put some light underneath here, because these will work for, they have the big light up floor panels that came out with Hellscape. And yeah, this is just kind of a wispy, almost is it like a shimmering of blood or something. It's mostly black with just this hint of red going through it. And then there's this. So basically the ones that aren't the circle have full versions of too. But yeah, so some floor coverage that works with light behind it. And of course, really works on its own as well too. So, and then our second little set here is the Thatched Roof, which works with the other accessory. This is one that like was one of the early Lowtown pieces that they showed off, and obviously very exciting. You know, completely separate from their whole modular roof system that is included, but fun. Okay. So in here, first piece is this. This is actually a fun one. This is just the foam little cheap things that has just their cobblestone bit. The reason this is in here is because obviously this roof, which we'll look at in more detail, is designed to go on a floor fogger. But you don't have to use it on a floor fogger, and if you put this under there, then you can just set it on top of a building without putting a fogger underneath it. So that's nice, so it still works. Plus, these are good for just being able to rise up other parts of a build just by one floor's height. But yeah, so let's just take a look here. And it's got some real heft to it, because obviously it's, you know, yeah, so we have thatched roof. Of course, a chimney. A chimney, so that we can is that going to need to go the other way? No. It's like one way is constant, one way is not. And it just kind of has a spot that meets the shape of it. Maybe it did need to go the other way. I'm just going to put another drop of... started to work, yeah. So that soak in for a minute, because you basically do that and it will soak into the wick. Obviously you have to get rid of that big glob, but just making sure that that wick in there is saturated so the water gets to the top. And there we go, after soaking up that extra water. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. So you got a chimney that just pours out smoke, which is a great way to just draw attention to a house. So having a simple little cottage in your build, that's just cute. It has the smoke coming out of it. So that's fun. It's a fun way. Fun options for utilizing the different technology bits, the fogger and the floor puck, light puck. Just nice to be able to use those, and just new options for doing so to integrate them in special effects into your build. So yeah, that's whatever the different Phantasmal Filters and the Thatched Roof, which also, even without the light puck, just is an interesting roof. So even if you don't have the floor fogger, that one's great. But I'll link down below to Dwarven Forge's website, where you can go check out options available there. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.